Shri Sai Ram. A very hearty Sai Ram to our little children. Hope you are all doing fine. In the previous classes, we discussed about Bengaluru division. Then we have entered the Mysore division today. So coming to the Mysore division, we will study about the forests, wildlife and national parks. Why these are necessary? So you know that what you call as the ecosystem. There should be a balance in our environment, ecology. If there is an imbalance, then there will be a lot of problems. So for maintaining all these things, wildlife, because humans kill the animals for their selfish needs, to protect all these things, animals from human endangers. So we have done what you call as the national park, the wildlife sanctuaries, so that they will be protected. Let us try to understand this. So Mysore is a land of forests. You already studied Gandhada Nadu. Then Mysore, Kodagu, Chikmagalur and Hassan districts have dense forest. Density means the trees are very near, they are not scattered, they are very near, dense forest, they are dense. And Bandipur, you might have heard the name Bandipur, Nagarahole, then Male Mahadeshwara, Betta, Pushpagiri are the famous forest areas. These are where different varieties of animals reside, stay here. A variety of minor forest produce provides livelihood for many tribals. Tribals are those people who are living in the forest for a long time. They are called as Adivasis. Means from the beginning they have been living there, having their own culture, tribal song, their own food, lifestyle, all these things. And they are dependent on the forest products. Example, they collect the leaves, make it patravali or a plate out of it. They collect the honey, they collect the firewood and fruits, and they sell it in the market and for their survival. So their economy, their livelihood depends on the forest produce. The district of Mysore division is home to many tribal communities. So Mysore is this division is a home to many tribal communities, as I told you, those people who are living in the forest. So Jenu Kuruba is a community, tribal community. These are the highest in this Mysore area. Jenu Kuruba by the name tells collection of honey, that is their job. There are different categories in those tribes. They are particularly, they live in Mysore and Chamarajanagar districts. They are large in number, they are concentrated there because the forest is very conducive for their living. Then Dakshina Kannada and Udupi districts have a tribal population called the Koragas. Then they are the most backward tribe there, and government has taken different measures to bring them uplift for their social, economically, educationally. The government is trying all the level best so that these people also will come to a standard. Malekudiya, so another tribals are found in Kodagu and Dakshina Kannada districts. So these are different tribes. They have their own language they speak, and they have their own dance, their own rituals, all these things. Another tribe called Soligas are famous in Chamarajanagar district. So there is a speciality of the example tribals. They always live very close to nature. Example, if they want to cut a tree, so they first go to the tree, pray that please help us so that we want your help to construct a house or some other work, please help us. And for the one tree they cut, it is told that 10 plants they are going to plant, so that there is a balance. This is what the tribals culture is there. They are very, what you call, very close to the nature. Again, to give you example how they are very close to nature, during the time of tsunami 2005, that time tsunami took place, and Andaman, Nicobar and many areas. And during that time there was severe that tsunami, and not a single tribal person died in that tsunami attack. Why? Because they are very close to nature. They understood the signals from the nature that something is going to happen, and they were all in the safe places. People with so-called technology could not survive. So this shows that they are, as they are very close to nature, they can understand all the aspects of nature, and they are very closely aligned. So even their health is also very good. So just to give example that how tribals, their health and their lifestyle is there. Apart from these, there are different tribes called Yaravas, Hakki Piki Jananga, Halasa, Medara tribes. These are the different tribes present in this Mysore division. They live in the forest area. So then coming to the forest, tiger, you know, is our national animal, and many our tiger conservation projects is in force in our state. The tigers have to be preserved, otherwise they will be, because of the human selfishness, they will be killed for their skin. The 3 tiger reserve conservation projects are out of the 5 projects of the state in this division. Out of 5 there are 5 tiger conservation projects in the state. Out of that 3 are coming under this Mysore division. Bandipura, one of the place, Nagarhole National Park, and Bhadra Abhayaranya. Abhayaranya means Abhaya, where they can live in a protected area. So Bandipur, Nagarhole and Bhadra are the 3 tiger conservation projects in this Mysore division. Totally there are 5, out of that 3 are there here. Similarly, elephant protection. Elephant also is a very important animal, and that has to be protected. So for that protection of elephant is necessary. Elephants are killed for their tusk, that what you called as their tusk, which is used for all the design ivory work. It's a very costly thing, and humans for their selfish purpose kill those elephants and take away their tusks. And tigers are used for their skin, very costly it is. So these are things, for that government has taken very strict measures, and the forests are preserved, the animals are protected there. Elephant and tiger protection projects are implemented to protect them from poaching. Poaching means hunting them and killing them. In this way, the 3 that is the tiger protection conservation project is there in Mysore division, namely Bandipur, Nagarhole and Bhadra. So then this is one of the tribals living in this area, Mysore division. So you can see their dress, their hairstyle, the earrings they wear, and you can see here their dress and the pearls or the beads they use. So they lead a very simple and happy life. Then another profession is fishing. When we come to the Mysore division, in Dakshina Kannada, Udupi, we have fishing, which is the main occupation of the people. So then Karnataka has a number of tigers in India. So even now government has through the different technology, so they have got the GPS system where they can track how many tigers are there and what is their condition. All these things are there. There is the forest department, and with the central government and state government in collaboration, they are trying to conserve these animals. Mysore division has the highest number of wildlife and bird sanctuaries in the state. As we have discussed, this has got the highest density of forest. Forests are very dense, so it is a very conducive condition for the animals and birds to stay. Example, Ranganatittu bird sanctuary in Mysore is one of the thing. And from different countries, example Siberia, so during the different season they come here, because very cold is not conducive for the growth of their children, small their birds. So they come here, stay here for 3-4 months. When the condition gets good again, so they don't have any mobile network, anything, but nature has created in such a way that so they come exactly at that period of time. Once it is told that Ranganatittu, someone killed that bird which had come from foreign country, and that year they had a very severe famine, and later on they became careful that we should not meddle with nature. Means it gives a signal that we should not meddle or destroy nature. So Ranganatittu is a bird sanctuary where birds come there. It's a very beautiful place. Gudavi, another bird sanctuary. Kokkare Belluru bird sanctuaries. These are the major bird sanctuaries where birds come and reside there. It's a beautiful sight to see there. Then Melukote near Mandya, there is a wildlife sanctuary. Male Mahadeshwara Betta wildlife sanctuary, Kaveri wildlife sanctuaries, and Pushpagiri wildlife sanctuaries. These are the different wildlife sanctuaries in this Mysore division. So example, Ranganatittu. So here you can see different cranes here, and there are different varieties of birds. You might have heard of Salim Ali. Salim Ali, author of ornithologist who study about birds. So you should read his book and get inspired, because you will find varieties of birds, their lifestyle and all these things. Salim Ali, one of the famous who studied about birds. Then Rajiv Gandhi Nagarhole National Park is in Mysore district, and Bandipur National Park is in Chamarajanagar district. Wildlife elephants, so they are wild elephants, and they have to be sometimes tamed. So for taming, what they do, they call as a khedda operation. Khedda operation means the elephant will be there, another female elephant will be kept in front, and a pond will be made covering all the grass. And when the male elephant sees the female elephant, it comes running towards and falls in that khedda or that pond, and later on it is tied. Then for taking the heavy logs, wood and other heavy things, these elephants are used. So they are captured by using, to tame them, that is called as khedda operation. So now try to answer these questions. Name any two famous forest areas in this Mysore division. Number 2, name any two tribal groups. We discussed in the previous slides, different tribal groups. So name any two tribal groups living in this Mysore division. Then question number 3, name any two bird and wildlife sanctuaries of this division. So already we discussed Raganathittu, Kukkare, Bellore, all these wildlife and bird sanctuaries are there. Our national animal, we will be knowing it. Then wildlife elephants are tamed using dash technique. Try to answer these questions. Now regarding, now we have finished about forest and wildlife. Now coming to agriculture and industries. As we discussed in the previous classes, agriculture plays a very important role, because we need food. Only if we have food we will be healthy and we can contribute to the society. So agriculture is the lifeline of our people. You know that agriculture is the backbone of our economy. So 70% of our people live in villages. Many are dependent on agriculture. The district of Mysore are exception to this reality. Mysore district is famous for silk, whereas Kodagu, Chikmagalur and Hassan are known for their coffee plantations, because the soil and climatic condition is suitable for this particular crop. Example, Mysore district is famous for silk. Mysore silks, you might have heard, famous Mysore silk sarees, very famous it is. So silk is grown there more. Not that other agriculture crops are grown, others are grown, but compared to others, it is very less. Silk is grown more. If you come to Kodagu, Coorg, Chikmagalur and Hassan, they are known for their coffee plantations. Chikmagalur famous for coffee. Kodagu known for its oranges, because the climatic condition, the topography, all this, because it's a hilly area, agriculture, like the water cannot stand there, all these things are there. Factors will be playing a different role. Then Mandya district known for sugar cane. Mandya famous for sugar cane. That sugar is grown there in large quantities, and sugar factories are there in Mandya. Whereas Udupi and Dakshina Kannada are known for cashew nuts, Gerbija or Godambi, pepper, Kalamensu, rubber and cardamom. So in this way, Elakki, these things are there, because depending on the climatic condition, topography, the ups and downs of the land, rainfall, all these crops are grown. Agriculture activities are not only confined to crop cultivation, but also include dairying. Dairying means Pashu Sangopane, that is milk, Hainugarike. That is then poultry, growing of this what you called hen, that is thing, sheep, kuri sakanike, and horticulture, growing of vegetables. Then paddy, ragi, paddy means batta, that is batta, ragi, maize, jola, various pulses are the major crops of this division. Then tobacco, which is used for cigarette, which is not good, but again it has come from a very long period of time. So tobacco is grown. Coffee, which we use in our daily morning coffee. Cashew nuts, potato, alugade, sugarcane, cotton, hatti, orange and coconut, tenginkai are the major commercial crops. So when there is food crops, again we use it for food, but again it's called commercial crops. It is another is called staple crops, which we use in our daily consumption, like wheat and rice. So coffee, cashew, or sugarcane, all these are called as commercial crops. So example, dairying, Hainugarike, where milching is done, then they go to the dairy. You might have heard of KMF, Karnataka Milk Federation, Nandini milk, which comes. This dairying is done in this area. Then for irrigation, irrigation means bringing water to the agriculture fields. It is called as irrigation. Bringing water to the agriculture fields is called as irrigation. So irrigation is necessary, because if you want to improve agriculture, we need water. 4 irrigation projects are provided, the facilities are in this district of, in this division. So they are Krishna Rajasagar, KRS dam, you might have heard of KRS, so Sir M. Vishweshwaraya was the brainchild behind it. Harangi, Hemavati and Kabini Jalashaya, Kabini irrigation projects, these are the 4 water projects, irrigation projects which are providing water to the division of Mysore. Krishna Rajasagar, Harangi, Hemavati and Kabini are the irrigation projects. In order to facilitate better agriculture practices, various agriculture colleges and farms have been established. So you want to improve agriculture, you need to have what kind of, example, soil testing has should done, how much water should be used, what kind of crops are suitable in this particular area. So they have to study. So for that, agricultural university colleges have been set up so that the agriculture farmers can get the guidance from these universities and colleges who have done research. Example, what kind of seeds have to be used, how irrigation water has to be, how much, whether drip irrigation, sprinkler, or what kind of irrigation should be used. So in which season what crop should be grown. All this they can get the guidance from the agriculture colleges, so that the farmers will be benefited. Then Mysore, Mangaluru, Hassan, Chikmagaluru, Mandya and Madikeri are the major industrial centers of this division. There are many industries located in this division. Example, there are many industries in Mysore. Mangaluru is also one of the famous industrial center. Hassana, Chikmagaluru, these are the areas where you find a lot of industries. Then industries like pharmaceutical means which produce medicine, all that is drugs, medicines, that is there in this area. Coffee curing industries which produce coffee, manufacture coffee, that's called coffee curing. This is a long process. They will dry the coffee seeds, then it has to be taken to the mill, it has to be crushed, and finally the packet will come. So that is called as coffee curing industries are there. Food processing industry, fertilizer which are used for the agriculture, fertilizers to improve the fertility of the soil, that industries are there. Petroleum industry, example MRPL, Mangalore Refineries Petrochemicals Limited, MRPL in Mangaluru. Chocolate producing, example Camco, so that is a Camco chocolates you might have heard, that also is there in Putturu, Mangalore area. Sugar industries, cement manufacturing industries are the major industries in this division. So you can find different kind of industries located in this, situated in this particular division. Though the number of major industries is less in this division, thousands of small and medium scale industries are also very active here. So very big industries are there. Example, in Bombay region, Bangalore, there are huge industries. Here huge industries are not there, but small scale industries are there, medium sized industries are scale, and it is providing employment to many people, direct employment and indirect employment to many people. Example, there will be what you call coolie, hamali, who will be lifting the things, so he will get a job. There will be many drivers, hotels, many things who are there, and these people will be getting the jobs. So try to answer these questions. Example, first question, name 2 national parks in this Mysore division. Question number 2, name any 6 crops grown in this division. Number 3, name any 2 irrigation projects which are there in this division. Number 4, name any 3 major occupations in this division. Occupation means work. Then fill in the blanks. Dash district in Mysore division grows the more coffee. So this all of you have seen. So this is the Mysore palace. Mysore Wadayars were responsible for this construction of this palace. Very famous. Mysore is known for its palace. Very huge. So then there is art, literature, music, because as we discussed earlier, it plays a very important role. The drama which we see, the music which we listen, the stories which we read and listen, all this will be having a deep impact on our personality. So it is famous for theatre, Natakaranga, dance, Nritya, folklore, Janapada, music, all these things. The Mysore is a very rich in cultural aspect. Then Mysore is called as the land of art. So different, example, you might have heard of Raja Ravi Verma, famous painter, so whose paintings are even today adorning the Mysore palace. He was a famous artist of the Mysore Wadayars. The coastal districts are known for their Yakshagana. Yakshagana is an art, so where huge costumes are owned, and from the Puranas, from the Bhagavata, Mahabharata, all these stories are taken and enacted. So it takes place during night time in the rural areas of Dakshina Kannada, Udupi. There will be Tala, Maddale, and that's called Bhagavatike, and all these things will be there, and it will start in the night until morning next day. This show will be going on. It's called as Yakshagana. It's where dance along with the song. So it has won many, it is famous at a national and international level. There is a Govindapai Research Center in Udupi where they do research about Yakshagana. Kamsale Kunita, another kind of folk dance. Chaudike Kunita, Viragase, Pata Kunita, and Nandikolu. Nandikolu means a huge pole will be there, and the dancers will catch it on their near the stomach, and very huge it will be, and it's a very difficult task to balance it. And these are the different types of our folk dance. They are the most famous. There are unique rituals like Huttari Habba of the Kurks of Kodagu. So where the Kurks they speak Kodagu language, Kurg language. Then most of the people from Kurg they go to the military army. They join General Karyappa. Many famous even today. One member of the family are they compulsory should go to the military. That is their culture. So they perform one festival called Huttari Habba. Bhutaradhane and Kambala. Kambala means the buffaloes will be there, and they will make tracks where it will be filled with mud, water, and the buffaloes have to run. The person will be chasing them, and there is a competition. It's a lively event, and many people love it. That's called as Kambala. Then the Mysore kingdom was always a patron. Patron means who encourage art, music and dance. Encouragement. If there is no encouragement from the kings or the government, the art or the music will die away. So the Mysore warriors, the kings were patrons. Patrons means who gave encouragement, support in all the ways. Suppose they find a musician, a dancer, they would give lands to the artist, so for his maintenance. In this way, the Mysore kings gave patronage or encouragement to many artists, many musicians, dancers. Even today, the government by installing different awards, and they also encourage the artists. Hence, Mysore style of painting, there are different styles. Example, Mysore style of painting, dance and music evolved. So Mysore has its own style of painting, dance and music. A theatre repertory, a training center called as Rangayana in Mysore is also founded by the government. Rangayana is a place where who want to perform drama, they will go and get a training there. So you cannot simply just do drama. There should be a proper procedure for that, how you should act. So what should be the stage setting, everything you will be taught at a place called Rangayana in Mysore. You might have a famous one actor Rangayana Raghu. So he is also from this particular school. This repertory produces and enacts plays throughout the year. So they go to different places, not only in India but also many Kannadigas are in foreign countries. They go there and enact and try to revive the language and culture of our country. The branches of Rangayana have been established in various parts of the state. There are various branches because everybody cannot go to Mysore. So in their own areas, in their different places, these Rangayana branches have been opened, and people who are interested in drama, they can go and get training in the field of drama, Nataka. Rangayana it is called, Rangayana. There is a big auditorium, Kala Mandira in Mysore, where so different programs have been will be displayed there. They will be enacting different drama, music programs, so that people will come and enjoy it. The district of Mysore division are also places of many writers, Sahithigalu, Kavi, the poets also have been born in this particular division. R.K. Narayan, you might have heard his name, famous Malgudi Days, Swami and his friends, a famous novel which also has come as a serial both in Hindi as well as in Kannada. It's a famous, he was from Mysore. Raja Rao, another writer of Hassan, is a famous English novelist. They all reached international repute. So Malgudi Days, every child will like it. Swami and in friends, it shows the condition of a small boy who is not very intelligent, but in the studies, but how he manages the things, how his lifestyle, how he looks at the world. Beautiful R.K. Narayan's novel. You should all read it. That's called as Malgudi Days, and particularly Swami and his friends. Then Shivaram Karant is called as a Kadala Tirada Bhargava. He was born in a place called Kota in Udupi district, and he was a writer, and Yakshagana artist, multifaceted personality. He won the Jnanapita award from that time was Dakshina Kannada. Later on it was changed to Udupi. Then K.S. Narasimha Swami, Mysore Mallige, a famous poet. He has written beautiful songs. Mysore Mallige is his collection of songs. K.S. Narasimha Swami from Mysore, who enriched the Kannada lyrical poetry, is famous from Mysore. Many writers from this division like Goruru Ramaswamy Iyengar, Dr. S.L. Bhairappa, M. Gopalakrishna Adiga, B.M. Srikantaya, A.N. Murtirao, all these are the famous writers who gave a wide knowledge about our state, our condition, people living at those times, our social, historical, all these things have been covered in these people's writings. So this is K.S. Narasimha Swami, who wrote Mysore Mallige, collection of beautiful poems. K.K. Hebbar, a famous artist. Then R.K. Narayan, who wrote about Malgudi days. Then General Karyappa, who was the military general of our Indian army. So these were the famous people in different fields from this particular division. Then we have Devnur Mahadevappa, who was wrote about the conditions of Dalits. Then Akbar Ali, Sara Abubakar, Allanahalli Krishna, Purnachandra Tejasvi, Karvalo, and he is the son of K.V. Puttappa. Purnachandra Tejasvi, son of Kuvempu. He has written, he was a wildlife enthusiast. He went to different forests, not only in India but different countries, and has written beautiful stories, travelogues regarding his experiences. Kodagina Gauramma, Tirumalamba, Triveni, Niranjana, and others, these people were the different writers who have enriched Kannada literature. So only when you write and read, then only that language will improve. Otherwise it becomes dead. So we have to read all the languages and try to write and also read so that the language will be alive. We should use it in our day-to-day life. Musical giants who have reached top heights: R.K. Srikantan, Veene Sheshanna, Pittilu Chaudaya. There is a famous place in Bangalore called Pittilu Chaudaya Memorial. Is built in the shape of a pittil, so that a musical instrument. Then Veene Daraswamy Iyengar, Kadri Gopalnath, saxophone. He was a famous saxophone player, and others were from this division. There are many other people who have been the Asthana Panditas of Mysore kings. In this way, the Mysore kings gave a lot of encouragement to many of the musicians. So this is B.M. Srikantaya. Today we have a BMS college in Bangalore, and with his name. Devnur Mahadevappa, Dalit writer. Pittil Chaudaya, you can see here, this is called as the Pittil. In this way, in different areas, Mysore division has given great personalities to our country. Then cartoonist R.K. Lakshman is the brother of R.K. Narayan. So R.K. Lakshman's cartoons, the common man, it for nearly 50 years in Times of India newspaper, this common man, under the name of common man, R.K. Lakshman would draw all the cartoons, and it would give a reality of the society, how it was there. Through cartoons, R.K. Lakshman depicted how the Indian society was there. Muhammad Peer, the theatre artist K.K. Hebbar, already we showed you the picture of them. Painter B.V. Karant, he was a great dramatist who enriched theatre and in cinema, and have contributed a lot to Kannada culture. Then pre-modern like Sanchi, Honnamma, Ratnakara Varni, and Singaraya from Mysore division. So modern, so ancient, they were there. They have written about different things of their times, and they have enriched the culture of Kannada. Then contribution of scientists like Raja Ramana, the nuclear physicist, U.R. Rao, who was the chairman of ISRO. Then these were all the noteworthy people of scientists from this division. Devaraj Arassa was the chief minister, and who was the great visionary who tried to bring social justice, equality in society, is from this particular division. So students, these are the two questions. Try to answer it. Write the name of harvest festival celebrated in Kodagu. So what is that festival called as? Where is Rangayana, the repertory theatre based at? Means the drama school, where is this located? Try to answer. So we have tried to cover this wildlife, about the agriculture, about the different poets and their work, and we will further continue in the coming classes. With this, we come to the end. Thank you. Sai Ram.